Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. I hope that it's off to a fabulous start and that you had a wonderful holiday season. Today I wanted to share some of my favorite go-to craft supplies with you. They aren't the most exciting products necessarily, but I use them all the time. They are so useful for so many different types of arts and crafts projects. If you have any products that you are constantly using that are so helpful for you in your arts and crafts supply life, you gotta let me know in the comment section down below because I wanna know what they are. I wanna know what is gonna enhance my crafty life. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Come check out my channel and subscribe if you enjoy it. I would love to have you here, and let's jump into this video. The first thing that I wanna talk about is spray paint. I absolutely love spray paint. I find it to be so helpful, so handy, so useful. I don't have a specific brand that I like. Let me get rid of these. I mean, you know what spray paint is. There's no specific brand that I like or recommend over the others. I choose by color, but I love spray paint because it is so affordable and it carries such a transformative aspect. I mean, in one day you could make this green. It would be instantaneous and quick and easy. I love the smooth finish that comes from spray paint versus other paints. It's quick and easy to use. You know, a downside would be that when it's really cold outside or really windy, you're restricted in your use. So that is something to think about. I love it for projects with strange surfaces. If you have a really textured surface, sometimes it's hard to get other types of paint in there. You can use it for big or small projects, and really does it get any better than that? It really doesn't. Comes in every color. Spray paint is what dreams are made of. Truly. Another type of paint that I really enjoy is acrylic paint, and my favorite brand is the Stewart acrylic paints. I found these a while ago when I was painting on glass a lot, and these are so amazing for that. One of the things that make these so fantastic is that they work so well on different surfaces. You can use on wood, glass, metal, fabric, indoor or outdoor. It's water-based, weather-resistant, and non-toxic. This is a fabulous paint. It really covers all of your bases, and another really cool thing about it is that it comes in different finishes. So this is a gold one here. This is a metallic finish, but they also come in other finishes as well. For example, here are two different blacks that I have. One is a satin finish and one is a high gloss finish. So that is a very cool aspect of these as well. And one thing that I want to say about when I was painting on glass a lot is that I made some glass lanterns out of old jars. I painted on the lanterns and I set them outside for months and months and months and months and months. And this paint did not chip at all through rain and snow and hail, all of it. They lasted in the outdoor weather, and like, that is unheard of. I was actually using, on the same glass that I used these, I used an outdoor Mod Podge. That disappeared. That was gone within a week. And another thing that is cool about these is after 21 days of drying, these babies are dishwasher safe. Like, does it get any better than that? Like, that is absolutely amazing. All right, so while we're on the subject of paint, I want to show you guys the brushes that I like to use with my Stewart paints. These are a synthetic hair square brush. That is what I tend to use the most with acrylic paints. Usually when I'm using acrylic paint, I'm just trying to make something a solid color or do something like this painting back here that's really abstract. I'm not a painter, I'm a crafter. So I don't use it for really technical things. I don't do this kind of stuff with these fancy strokes that are on the back here. I just do basic stuff, you know, like my rock painting videos, or I'm painting something that's wood. I prefer a synthetic brush for that. It's sturdier. Everything's packed in a little bit more tightly, and I tend to buy cheap brushes like this because they just get ruined so quickly, and I kind of suck at taking care of them, so I tend to go for just a cheaper, you know, multi-pack at the craft store of synthetic square brushes. That is my preference. The natural hair brushes, they have too much give to them, you know what I'm saying? And in my experience with the cheap ones that I prefer to buy, they shed a lot. so I get little hairs in my canvases or on my surface, and I'm really not into that. And since we're on the topic of paintbrushes, let's go ahead and talk about the paintbrushes that I use for my brush lettering. I love my round brushes for brush lettering. Again, I like the synthetic brush hairs because they're a little bit more firm. They give a little bit more of a crisp, nice edge, whereas the natural hair brushes are very flexible, so sometimes you get a few of the little strands of hair fraying off, and then you get some extra lines near your lettering, and it just looks not as crisp and clean. So I do like these the best. Normally I use them with watercolors, but I don't really have a set of watercolors that I'm in love with. But what I do use those brushes with a lot that I absolutely adore is the Dr. Martens Bleedproof White. This is so fantastic for your lettering needs, whether you're using a dip pen or you're watering it down a little bit and doing brush calligraphy. And it is a very, very, very opaque white ink. I know a ton of the calligraphers that I follow on Instagram also love this ink. It's absolutely fantastic. So this works so amazing on black paper. It's beautiful. You can water this down or leave it nice and thick. You don't just have to use this for the entire lettering situation as a whole. For example, in my Galaxy lettering video, I used this with my dip pen on top of my Tombows, and it looks fantastic. If you are a mixed media artist and you want to pop some amazing highlight on something, this is a great option for that. And since we're on the topic of lettering, which you guys know I do all the time, let's talk about some other fun lettering supplies. I mean, you guys probably knew this was coming. These are my Tombows. These are fabulous. The proper term is the Tombow Dual Brush Pens. These are so fantastic. They're blendable. You can kind of use them like watercolors. If you put them down on your paper and you add water, things will blend out. It'll be beautiful. They're also self-cleaning, so you don't have to clean them. You can mix the colors and then they will go back to their original color, which is amazing and mind-blowing, and I don't know how they do it, but they do, and I'm appreciative. These are double-ended, so you have one side that's a brush side, and then you have another side that is a finer point tip. And another thing is that this comes with a colorless blender. These big packs always have a colorless blender in them, which helps you to blend multiple colors together and practice with different lettering techniques. I absolutely love these. I didn't start with these in my lettering journey. I started with dip pens, and after I found these brush pens, I'm going to show you another one in a second. Girl, I never use my dip pen anymore. I won't lie. It's so much easier to bust these out and get these gorgeous, colorful pieces of art than it is for me to grab my dip pen, get all that out, get my water, my ink, clean them. You know, the dip pen situation is more of a hassle, so I'm in love with Tombows. So both of these are Tombow brush lettering style pens, and basically what that means is that there is a flexible nib, and when you apply pressure, you get a varied width / weight to your line. These are similar to the Pentel Sign brush I've talked to you guys about before. You can write a lot smaller with these than you can the Tombows. The Tombows have such a huge nib that it just makes it really, really hard to write small, but these have very small nibs. The width of these lines and what they create is more similar to the look that you get from a dip pen. This is the hard version and this is the soft version. So the tip on the soft version is a lot more flexible, so that you can get a thicker line, and then this one is a lot harder so that the line, when you add the pressure, isn't as thick. They're fabulous. They write in black ink. Make sure that when you're using brush pens like these and the Tombows that you're writing on the smoothest paper that you can find. Anything that is ridged or has a texture to it, it's going to destroy your nib faster. Really quickly, I want to talk to you guys about hemp. It doesn't have to be hemp. It can be any of those natural fiber rope type situations, but I use hemp all the time. I'm sure you guys saw in my Christmas video. I love the natural look of hemp. And they also dye it now, so it comes in a couple of different colors. This is a brown hemp. I will say that it does have a different feeling texture and is not as thick as this natural hemp. Whether you need something to hang, whether you're making a cute banner, you could do all kinds of stuff with hemp. I know that you can also make bracelets and jewelry out of this. I don't actually use it for that, but I think that this is a great option. It matches so many different things because it's just a neutral. It has that natural, earthy, organic feeling to it, and I'm super into that. It's super affordable. This is just really useful and versatile. Seemingly more odd than me just throwing some random hemp in here and saying that I don't use it to make jewelry is the fact that I'm throwing fishing line into the equation. I have loved using fishing line for decoration and crafts for years. It is a transparent, I mean, of course you can see it a little bit, but it is just a very durable, transparent string. And again, like I said, I like to create things that hang. And if you want something to hang and just look like it's floating there, this is the perfect option for that. It's super easy to use. It comes in massive amounts. Let me see how much. This is approximately 1,000 yards of fishing line right here. I use these a lot to decorate, especially for outdoor parties. If you're hanging things from trees, like I've hung my chalkboards from trees with this. I have hung jars from trees with this. I've made balloon banners, so like an entire string of balloons, like literally 15, 20 feet long, and I strung the balloons on this and then just use this to tie it right to my porch. It's a little bit stretchy, but not too stretchy. Great for indoor and outdoor. Anytime you need to tie something together and you don't want the string to be seen, this is the perfect option. If you craft with paper in any way, shape, or form, aka with me, it's lettering, then you absolutely need one of these guys. It is so handy and has saved my life so many times just because it's a time saver, you know what I'm saying? So we've got our rulers built in here. This one goes to 15 inches. This little orange thing right here has the blade in it. And you can get replacements so that when your blade starts to wear down, you can insert another one and you're keeping those nice smooth cuts. So I use this all the time for cutting down paper to size for my calligraphy. It's really great for making place cards. If you're a bride and you're about to make your own place cards, you need one of these suckers. You might even want to get a more heavy duty one than this. This is just a very basic one. And another thing that I really like to do with my paper cutter is I use it to make those little gifts where you fill a jar up with kind words, things that you like about someone, or like positive ideas and encouragement. You just cut a ton of tiny little pieces of paper and then you write nice things on them, put them in a jar, and give them to someone. I've done that like a million times, and this is so handy for that, and people love those presents, just so you know. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about that might send you guys running for the hilltops is clip art. And when I say that, you guys probably think of Microsoft Word, these terrible little clip art images, but trust me, it's not like that anymore. This is clip art right here. It has a transparent background so that I can put it on top of my video and it won't destroy the entire picture. It'll just be one object floating here like this. You guys, it's just so useful. And one of the things that's fantastic about it is that you can use clip art digitally. Like I said in my videos, I use it. You can create Instagram, any social media posts, any branding. And like a huge perk is that whether you want to make your own stickers or party decor, you can print it too. So clip art is kind of the best of both worlds. I am a creator of clip art on Etsy. I have an Etsy shop, so I'll link that down below if you guys want to check out my clip art. I do have some lettering clip art. You guys might be interested in that. So it is affordable, it's easy to find, and it's very instant gratification. You don't have to leave your couch. All you have to do is download it from your favorite Etsy sellers after purchasing. Make sure when you're shopping for clip art on Etsy that you're reading the terms of use. You want to make sure that you're allowed to do what you want to do with it. I swear, it's fabulous. It is like the world's best, most hidden resource. Like, it's so good. All right, the last thing that I want to talk about looks like a hot mess, and I apologize, but it's my Sculpey. And It is in this little case. I don't have great storage for it. I need to work that out. This is my Sculpey. As you can see, it's a mess, and I've been using it a lot. I made so many ornaments and things for my friends and family out of Sculpey this past holiday season. And when I say Sculpey, what I mean is Polymer Clay. It comes in so many different colors. There are a ton of different tools and techniques and stuff like that that you can use to create Sculpey. What I really like about this is that it's so easy to create something in a pinch. You can make little objects. It's one of the coolest things in the world. I never really worked with clay a lot in my life. It's pretty new to me, and I think that Polymer Clay is a great place to get started if you're a beginner and you want to kind of dip your toes in the water. It's pretty easy to work with. There are a ton of sculpting tools that you can invest in if you want to, but if you don't want to, if you want to just kind of try things out, this isn't going to break the bank. As you can see, I have a toothbrush in there. I have my nail dotting tools. You can use a ton of different things that you already have in your house to create sculpting tools. A lot of times people make jewelry. You can make beads, keychains, any little charm. You can make miniatures. I made a gingerbread house at Christmas time. I made ornaments. This is a very fun craft supply to get into. Alright guys, so those are some of my go-to and most favorite craft supplies that I use all the time on so many different projects, and they just come in so handy. If we share any crafting favorites, please let me know which ones in the comments down below. And if there's any crafting supplies that I absolutely need that I haven't talked about here, you guys tell me in the comments so that I can be the craft maniac that I am always. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was useful for you. If it was, please give me a thumbs up. Come hang out with me on my channel sometime. I'd love to have you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!